I just got done watching Netflix's most expensive movie ever, The Electric State, and boy, this movie is soulless. You guys are frame of reference. I've not read the book, The Electric State, so going into this movie, I thought it was just going to be maybe a somewhat good movie from the Russo brothers, who I have liked their work, and boy, I was wrong. How did this movie cost $320 million? Because it looks like your average run-of-the-mill streaming Netflix blockbuster movie, and that's not a compliment. Just some positives. Some of the voices done by some of the robots are pretty cool. I did like Millie Bobby Brown's performance. There are some cool sequences and some cool ideas, but they are not executed to their fullest at all. You've read the books. Let me know if I'm off, but from what I can tell, they took what was a very deep book with some grand visuals, grand spectacle about the human experience and its connection and electricity, and they dumped it down to a very dumb, jokey blockbuster movie that tries to emulate the Amblin movies from the 80s that are legendary from Steven Spielberg, and it fails on almost every level. This movie is so focused on nostalgia and little point things like the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, like, oh, I know that, oh, I know that, and they even have like voice actors cameo in there where to make you think, oh, I know who that person is. Yeah, I know who that person is, to distract you from how bad of a movie this truly is. Chris Pratt was miscast. I'm sorry, but when you give him the title role of a character that is just some sleazy kind of guy in the post-apocalyptic robot world, you know, screwing people over, that's kind of a swindler, who does that remind you of? It's Star-Lord, and he's not doing anything different or unique in this performance to distinguish that, so the comparisons are going to come. But ultimately what happens, it's a story where its emotional premise and its emotional core of what it tries to do with this relationship with Millie Bobby Brown's character and her brother, it just does not work. I don't know if it's the direction, I don't know if it's the writing, it is so stale. But The Electric State is just a movie for Netflix to feed into their ongoing algorithm, but it will ultimately be forgotten in 3 months. Give The Electric State a 1.5 out of 5. This is a one-time watch, and go form your own opinion like I always encourage you. This is just mine.